Hello, you all. Welcome to this new edition of Lectio Musica, the place for great music, great lyrics, and great meaning. My name is Guilain Prince. I'm a Franciscan friar from Canada. Love rock music for a long time, especially hard rock, metal, and prog. Once a week, I come back in my little office, usually on Tuesday or Monday night. I listen to a new song and I react as naturally as possible. Yeah, maybe you don't know me, but I have a past of being a musician, not professional musician, but I played quite a lot of guitar, bass, and drums. My main instruments is drums, and I sing, and I'm a choir director as well, in gospel music style. So I love music for a long time, and I absolutely love this period of history in music because we see young bands emerging like The Warning. I have not said enough how much I appreciate The Warning. We're going through their old LP. The LP is called a Era. It like it's written there, it began as an EP a year ago with 6 songs. Those 6 songs are part of that long playing record with 13 musical instrumental piece. So that is why you have a crisscross of older videos with more recent videos, because those beginning with 81, 82, 80, 81, 82, etc. were done last year because they were part already of the EP. The others are the recent addition of this series of this year, and you have here the order of the LP, not the order of the EP. The order of the this year's LP. So if you want to go through the whole album with me, you have to do them in the order that you have presently on the screen. Tonight, we will listen to a song called Kool-Aid Kids. I've never heard the song. I just read the lyrics a little bit earlier today, and I looked at the meaning of the lyrics and tried to understand what the song is talking about. That's to prepare myself for the commentary of the lyrics. This is section 2. First of all, I will make an honest reaction to the song. It's published by the company of The Warning. It's an official lyric video. Love it. I love it like this. That's, for me, that is great. Great. We can focus on the lyrics and the music, and that's what I want first and foremost. I want to really enter the artistic vision and project of The Warning through their music. I love beautiful women. They are beautiful women. I like to see beautiful women and all this. But, of course, the image for me might block, in a way, the musical project, the vision, the artistic vision. And with them, no problem. With other bands, yes, there's a problem, but not with them. So what I have in that video, first, an honest reaction to a lyrics video. Second, the analysis of the lyrics and of the song, the structure of the song, make general comments, and I give my opinion on the song. And third, reaction to, it's another live version of the sound check in Richmond. I just listened 2 seconds to verify the sound is bearable. It is. But there's nothing in there but them doing a sound check. Like last week, I really dig that kind of video. I appreciated it very much. We could make a comparison of their presence in a show, when they are in front of a crowd, and how they are professional even at the sound check moment, how they are excellent musicians. My videos are a little bit longer than most. That's my personality. I like to take my time. I don't want to cover things superficially. But for you, just go to the section you want. You're just interested in the reactions. Just go to section 1 and 3, and that's it, basta. That's it. And I'll be very happy that you did that. As for the others, well, we will go. There will be a breakdown of the lyrics together. And I certainly don't think that I'm the only one with the good understanding of the lyrics. I will give my honest opinion on the lyrics, but I count on you down here in the comment section. If I make any mistakes, if you want to start a discussion on the topic of the that's the place to go. That's the place to write down. By the way, you can write in French, in English, Italian, and Spanish. I can read directly in those languages. But if you are of other languages, there are 11 language I can translate with my little app called DeepL. I can translate in my own language, which is French, and I can answer back in your language quite efficiently. I always put the French or English that I write personally below your translated, the translated version of the so that way you'll have, everybody will follow and everybody will be happy with that. As for now, don't take any more time and let's go directly to the lyrics video. I'll find for myself, there it is, the lyrics video. I put on my nice little earphones. You know that. Great earphones are still wired. Great earphones are not Bluetooth earphones, because for Bluetooth they have to compress and you lose a lot of quality. Great earphones are always wired for now. Maybe one day it will be possible to do otherwise, but for now, if you want to have extraordinary quality, that's the way to go still today. These are great earphones. Let's go and listen to that song. It is called Kool-Aid Kids. 3, 2, 1. Machine-like type of beat.
Hey, you Kool-Aid kids, there's a traitor in our midst. Somebody's got a mind of their own. Hey, you Kool-Aid kids,
Love those
remember
drums.
things are soft And it's sad to admit it's true. Oh, that we find a way too easy to be cruel. 'Cause fear and regret go hand in hand, but that's what it means to be human. A race of a glass, and we drink it all again. We drink it all again. Down your cup so we don't drown. Another drink, another round. Down your cup so we don't drown. Another drink, another round. Down your cup so we don't drown. Another drink, another round. Down your cup so we don't drown. And we drink it all again. We drink it all again. We drink it all again. We drink it all again.
Yep. Love the subject, love the ideas of that song. Not from where I stand, it's not their strongest. Musically, it's not their strongest song of the album. I find it pretty much right in the middle. I like the melody of one or two little sections, but love the topic, love their vision. I picture very well that song in the whole album. I can see how it fits very well. So let's go through the lyrics of that song, Kool-Aid Kids. Verse 1. Hey you, Kool-Aid Kids. There's a traitor in our midst. Somebody's got a mind of their own. Hey you, Kool-Aid Kids. Remember, things are solved through fists. Words will only make things worse. This is fantastic. The lyrics are fantastic. At first, we think that Kool-Aid Kids would be a generation of urban children growing with Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm. So this is the first impression that gives this title. But it's not that at all. We will answer at the end, what is Kool-Aid Kids? I think it's in far from that, in fact. Or Kool-Aid here has another perspective, and I think it makes sense, a lot of sense. So let's, for now, postpone the reflection on the title of the song to the last section. But one thing is true. There's a group of kids. There's a traitor in our midst. Somebody's got a mind of their own. So the Kool-Aid Kids don't have a mind of their own. Each of them, each individual, they have a mind, the mind of a pack, but they don't have a mind of their own. And when somebody within their midst has a mind of their own, let's kick him out. He is a traitor. Okay? Kool-Aid Kids. Remember, things are solved through fists. So what are the elements that could help us to understand what is this pack of kids solving problems through their fists without thinking? Okay? Words will only make things worse. So if you think on your own, you will make things work within the pack. So we don't want people who think. Begin to see a little bit the reference to the Kool-Aid then. Verse 2. Hey you, Kool-Aid Kids. Hey you, people of the pack. Lock the handcuffs on your wrists, ball and chain around your neck, your throat. Fill your cup and close the lid. Drink it all until you choke. Important word, choke. Previously, the song. Don't think. Don't think. Stay in the pack using your fists. And this is basically already locking the handcuffs to your wrists. Now, it could be both the ball and chain and the handcuffs could have two meaning. It could be you are now part of a pack and you're locked in it. With the image of handcuff, it's a prison. Or it could be that one day or another, if you stay here, you will be handcuffed. You will have a ball and you will be imprisoned. So the pack has something criminal in terms of behavior, and they don't want people to think by themselves. They want people to use their fists without thinking, probably by doing what someone tells you to do. And this is fill the cup, close the lid. This basically for me is to block any possibility to return to a previous situation. And this cup, you will drink it all the way down. The image, of course, I'm pretty sure in all Western societies that drink it, the cup, all the way down to the last drop or to the lit, we say in French, is basically coming from the life of Jesus saying, I will drink the cup of my death. I think that's the reference here. It's going all the way directly to imprisonment and or death, whatever destiny you just chose. Drink it all until you choke. That would be here my assumption, that till you die. So go through that path, go on that path, all the way down till you choke. Okay? And choke here is not till you're not able to. Here choke would be till you die. That's how I would understand it. Pre-chorus. And it's sad to admit it's true that we find it way too easy to be cruel. For me, there is the key to this idea of Kool-Aid. It's easy to be cruel when we follow the pack. When we are within the pack, we just take the behavior of the group. Don't think. Don't do differently. Just do it. It's easy to drink a recipe pre-prepared that you will drink all the way down. It's easy, way too easy, to be cruel when we are part of a pack. Then, Kool-Aid kids. Fourth paragraph is the chorus, because fear and regret go hand in hand. But that's what it means to be human. A raise of a glass and we drink it all again. If you think, and you remember the first verse says, there's a traitor among us. What does the traitor make? The traitor, that might be the band itself, within a certain mindset, certain society. the band or the author of these lyrics says what a human being would do, what a human being in his right mind would do, or what would the traitor deciding not to follow the pack, what this person would do. It would be okay to fear and regret hand in hand here, because the situation should trigger fear and regret. That's what it means to be human. You got it, I'm sure. If this is what it means to be human, those in the pack are in a situation where they are less and less human. Got it. They are more and more animals and less human. Raise of a glass and we drink it all again. I wonder here if the raise of the glass is not what we do when we bury our conscience by drinking sometimes, or taking something that will make us numb. Our conscience will be silenced by something. And I wonder if the drinking they're talking about here is let's keep ourselves numb. Let's silence what would make us human. Okay? Let's go to the next. Cool it, kids. Smile until you are dismissed. Happiness is not a choice. You are never to resist. We belong. We are devoid. This is fantastic because what is inside the pack? The behavior that we expect from you. Smile until you are dismissed. We don't want your opinion. We don't want you to, you're just there and smile. Until you are dismissed. And you don't have the choice. It's not an option to be happy here. You will never be happy among us. But still, you belong. You are devoid. But you are never to resist. Do you see how this song has many elements connected with disciples? Disciple, it's not plural. To be member of a pack. But here it's a dangerous one. I think that the song itself, Disciple, does not imply that it's always it's not necessarily a violent group, but the video certainly suggests that it's a kind of a secret army about to come out. Not in the daylight, of course. It belongs to darkness, so in the daylight they stay inside. Very interesting. You already know the pre-chorus. You already know the chorus. Let's go to the bridge. Oh, yeah, I will write. Drown your cup so we don't drown. Another drink, another round. Now the cup is open because we take another drink. Now the cup is open, and the image I see is drink so that we are not drowned, because the water is coming up to here. So drink. You know the image of someone in a boat sinking, and they take a little cup and they remove the water, but the boat is sinking faster than the little cup of the water being sent outside. It's a sinking boat. Here, the water is going up, it's going up, it's going up. We will be drawn one day or another. A drink, to avoid us to be. So it's almost as if you were killing yourself, or you accept on the long run that you will die so that we collectively still survive in a way. But on the long run, we will all die of this behavior. Down your cup so we don't drown, another drink, another round, etc. This is a repetition. And there's the outro here. We drink it all again. We drink it all again. We perpetuate this behavior, destructive behavior, together, and we do it. And you do it so that we can survive, and each of us do it so that we can survive momentarily. One day or another, we won't survive. Now, in terms of music, there's a good installation at the beginning. You know that I didn't never listen to this song before, so I will make it here, my comment. There's an introduction, musical introduction, that I put a small hyphen there to the instrumental. There's a small hyphen that should be just before the bridge as well. But apart from that, it's pretty much a song that has... The song is mainly lyrics. It's a simple structure. We know this structure. 2 verses, a pre-chorus and a chorus, 1 verse, pre-chorus. This is a very common structure in pop and rock song. We install firmly. This is pretty much what it means, the fact that you have 2 cycle at the beginning that is in the same energy as the introduction. We have the time to install firmly a reality, a situation. And here, I would call it oppressive. There is something that is closed. There is something that is slow pace. We say inéluctable in French, unavoidable, they say in English. Seems to me anyways, that's the kind, this is what musically this song triggers in me, the impression that it's unavoidable. And I think it's perfect. That's why I said it's not my first impression musically. It's not the greatest melodious song, but there are bands. I know the quality of the musicians. I already know. So when they do something like that, I tend to give, okay, it's on purpose. They chose to do that. Why? And usually, it makes sense. A band like Epica, it always makes sense to me. I can understand 95% of the time, 98% of the time, Nightwish. Everything makes so much sense. That's the same thing for me with The Warning. Never, until now, I don't know all their repertoire. I know very well this album. I've listened once, Crime of a Murder Scene, Queen of a Murder Scene. Just nothing serious, just one time in my car. I will have to revisit that album one day. But what I know of The Warning since the EP last year is I will always give the chance to The Warning to tell me why they did that by listening carefully, trying to understand their artistic vision and the orientation of what they did. In terms of lyric, it's another song in You and I, but the difference here is that the you is a collective one. Second person plural here. It's a group. I said naturally, I didn't plan to do it, but I used the word a pack. At first, Kool-Aid Kid seems to be a light title, but after verification, it is not at all. It's a song about tortured humanity bound by cruelty. No way you can think for yourself here to belong to the pack, even if the pack is destructive. So basically, this is what I get from, generally speaking, of the music and the lyrics, the structure. Okay? Now, let's go a little bit deeper now in the analysis of the meaning of the song. The title, why Kool-Aid Kids? And I think that's a play on word. It's not Kool-Aid. At first, we think of Kool-Aid, the little artificial fruity drink that the children like probably in many countries. Colored water with the flavor. So we think first, oh, there will be unicorns, blue and pink and so on. Not at all. It's quite the opposite, in fact. Appearances might be that it looks cool to be part of the pack. So I think that the cool here is the fact that maybe temporarily you think it's cool to be like this. And that you are in a pack helping each other Kool-Aid. See it? But in fact, that's not what it talks. And kids, of course, is a reference to the very young age. The very young age in which sometimes these little kids are brought in a band, or not a musical band, in a criminal group of some kind. No. In fact, the song is about the power of a group, of a pack, to format individuals into a cruel member of the same pack, the same group. So it's about a recipe, but not blue and pink. It's the recipe of dishumanizing someone, so that the person does not think by herself or himself and will behave according to the pack. So what we drink in that song is not Kool-Aid at all. Drinking is the same desperate move you do when you remove the water from a sinking boat. Oh, I didn't remember I wrote that. And the image is strong because we drink the water to avoid the group to be drawn. But it's a fatal conclusion, whether you like it or not. The water that you drink will kill you, will kill the pack one time. So they are in a destructive, they are on a destructive path. And it's only temporarily that we might think it is not. Lyrics are so brilliant. Again, I'm just saying that again. There are some poets, they use very complicated words and references to the works of others, and they are brilliant in doing so. These girls, they do brilliant work with simple words, and they describe a reality that is far from the star system, very close to social problems and social realities. And of course, I've seen The Warning Cave. I've seen Sandman. They were, I don't know if it's in their home or I don't know where it is, but I played music for 14 years, never had such a beautiful studio of practice, of recording. We had to work very hard to have not even half of what they had. these girls, I don't know the situation, economic situation of their parents, but these girls, they were not in harsh conditions, apparently at least. But somehow they are connected to the real world. And for me, that's remarkable. That's remarkable. There are things that they understand in their hearts, but also in the world in which they live. And they make brilliant music out of it without using complex words, without using reference other than experience. So, what is my opinion on the song? Well, I told you, for me, it is not by itself the most memorable song of the album. For me, Evolve, Choke, Error are in a class by themselves until now, even if I love many of the others. But this being said, I find this song completely understandable. I understand why it is like it is. So, I love them. I'll be clear now. It's an official love declaration for the Warning. I truly love them. I love their musicianship. I love their creative vision. I love their values until now. But also, I really love the persons that they are. Really. I've watched one documentary on Tidal. Loved it. I saw that Paulina takes a lot more space than I expected. But probably she was talking a little bit more about the creative process of the band. And I think she has a lot to say in the lyrics, in the music that they build together, in fact. I'm really looking forward to see. Alexandra, I'm certain that we barely saw the tip of the iceberg. I'm certain of that because she's so good already at 17. I said that for about another group. The Basement today is the secret weapon of modern day bands, because today the bassists are truly pushed forward to become excellent and not just someone who punch in the fundamental note of the chord, That's what they used to do in the 80s and 70s. Most of the Basement, that's what they used to do. Not today anymore. She could be... she's already phenomenal in terms of tone, in terms of music. I don't know if she writes her own bass lines. I'm not sure of that. I don't know. But the results, the end result is that she is really good. She has a lot of charisma on stage. The bass lines are beautiful. She plays them very well, very tightly. Everything is excellent for now. I'm just looking very closely because, for me, Paulina is already an exceptional drummer. Daniela is an exceptional performer. She's a great rhythm guitarist. She can do a little bit, a bit of lead guitar, but her voice, her whole involvement. She's an exceptional front woman, exceptional. Now I'm really looking forward to see how Alejandra will take her space in all that, because she is with two phenomenal musicians and performers. They are fantastic. So how will she be able to take her place and to occupy the space? Physically, she occupies a lot of space on a stage. But the only fault of the band I see is that they don't like Canadian cold. I've listened to a small video, 5 minutes. Daniela commenting on their presence in Calgary. They are in Calgary tonight. And I saw a small video on YouTube. And she said, "Oh, it's so cold, it's so cold." Well, dear one, it's nothing. We're not in winter yet. But something you have to know. The weather outside is cold, but we have great houses. The weather inside, the temperature inside is very comfortable in Canada. We're never cold like in Europe sometimes. I get very cold in Europe personally because some of the houses they are so cold inside. Never in Canada. It's always 23 inside our building here. Whatever is the temperature outside, we have good, comfortable houses, good, comfortable cars and public transportations, and very good clothing. We can live here very happy, by the way. This album is giving us the opportunity to witness a band on their way to greatness. For me, this album is a mature piece of art. It's not a band trying to find their way. It's already mature. They have a clear signature, both in terms of content, in terms of music. They will continue to grow on that path, and it's a great path. And like I watched maybe 1 month ago, the two YouTubers, Songs and Tongs, I like them very much. And they were saying, we don't understand how come these guys, talking about the Warnings, they are not in front of 100,000 people stadium. And I asked myself the exact same question. How come they are not in front of huge stadium is beyond my understanding. I know that the music industry is in difficulty after the COVID. I know that it's risky. I know all this. But to me, this music should be way ahead in terms of airwaves on so many electronic music that we hear today. Of course, in electronic music, there are great artists, and those I want to hear. But there are a lot of people without talent in electronic music. To me, this should be there by far, but that's my taste, of course. Apparently, it's not the taste of our people or of those who are making decision with which music is on the waves. Considering their age, this is phenomenal. This album, for me, I'm not finished yet, but I already assigned this as exceptional. We are blessed, this period of time, we are blessed with great rock bands. Greta Van Fleet, Liliac for me, The Warning. You have singers and you have bands in metal symphonic that are as great and good as the very best, from my perspective, of the prog era, the golden age with the Jethro Tull and Yes and Genesis and that these bands are not yet in front of enormous stadiums for me is beyond my understanding. I hope that this is their future. Next week we will be doing, we still have the time for this because we have another video to watch. Let's go directly to that sound check in Richmond. I think it's Richmond. Let's see. Soundtrack in Richmond. Look at that. There's nobody. It's a small stage. I'm not saying it's not a great place to play. I don't know the place. I'm just saying that this sound check, from my perspective, should be in a stadium. Let's listen to that. Pretty sure we will like it. Oh, great room sound. Drums. Love the tone that she chooses. Alejandra, little bench. Oh, she's red hair. Paulina. Yep, love that. We can see many things in there. Many things very, very good to see. First, the amplitude of the movement of Paulina on drums while they do sound checks are not, the amplitude is not different than when she plays publicly. This really it tells us how professional is Paulina. She's an accomplished drummer. She's not just a good drummer. She's an accomplished drummer. Stability in the way she plays, whether it's a practice, everything has the same amplitude, same strength, stability. This is the first, after having rhythm, an internal beat, metronome. The second thing you're looking for a drummer is stability, consistency. She has it, high professional. Even if she looked bored at time, her movement were still, everything was tight and on point. Same thing with Daniela, same thing. Even if it's a sound check, she is involved in the song. She is all there. Guitar, she has to make sure that it's the right effect, of course. But when she plays very well, of course. But she involves herself totally in the song, even if it's a sound check. Once it was established that the sound was good, let's do it now. And she was there. As for Alejandra, it's the second time I see her. When she is at the sound check, she's completely relaxed. She's disconnected. She just is doing the bare minimal, probably because she is very much involved physically. She kind of is laid back in the sound check period. And I understand that. And maybe it will change, maybe it will not. But one thing for sure is that she is a hell of a bassman in a show. But right now, she's all relaxed and all comfortable and well. We say dressed, habillé en mou in Quebec. It means dressed in very casual. You say casual in English, very comfortable. So there we are. Next week it will be the song Revenant. I don't know how you pronounce it, Revenant. It will be Lectio Musica 111. We are going towards the last songs of the LP, so our series of the Warning will be done in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So don't forget, always reaction, analysis, reaction. Oh, don't forget that there are always 8 languages. You have them up here on the screen, 8 languages of subtitles. I work on it. I have to tell you that there's a small problem now with YouTube. They impose the automatic English, even if I make much better English subtitle. They impose at first the automatic subtitles. So for English speaking, you want to make sure that you have the English subtitles. Look for English Canada. Among the subtitles, there are 9 subtitles. One is not readable. The other one is English Canada, and then you have French, Italian, Romanian, etc. The premiere is always 1:30 in Quebec's time, Montreal time. If you don't want to miss the premiere, it was a blast last week. We were over 60, 65. Maybe it doesn't look a lot to you because you are used to premiere of big artists. But for me, to be with 65 people on Friday afternoon is great. This is great. We talk about great music. We comment on the people comment give an opinion on what I say, or give me a load of information that I use a little bit later in my videos. That's a blast for me. That's great. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, just subscribe by pushing the little bell right down. Well, first you have to push the subscribe button, and after that there's a little bell. You click on the bell, you will receive notification that I just published my video, and another notification that the premiere will be in less than half an hour. That's it. You won't be annoyed by anything from me. As for now, I'm really thrilled to go through that album with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. So see you next week. The song will be Revenant, and I'm really looking forward for that song. See you. Bye bye.